If Steam were giving out awards for the fastest growth in popularity in 2020, Omori would definitely be among the main patrons. The game was released the very end of December, and within a few days it gained almost cult status, gathering more than 1,000 extremely positive reviews. It's not surprising though, Omori was announced back in 2014. In the 6 years, it has developed a loyal community. So why the cult status? Here are the names of the games with which is now being compared: Undertale, Underbound, Human Nikki, and Entral. Those who are in the know already run to buy Omori. I will explain it to the rest of you. Like the aforementioned games, the main characters in Omori are children who like play and fight in imaginary worlds or even in their own subconscious. The game is played as a boy named Omori who is withdrawn into himself, hardly ever leaves the house and does not communicate with real friends. The girl is Yumenike, who lives cooped up in her apartment, had only a diary, a TV and a game console. The boy in Enroll had only a bed, a pre-recorded video, and Shurank. Omori has a cat, a notebook, a sketchbook, and tissue for crying. He lives into the so-called white space, where in addition to the about there in a door that leads to Omori's fantasy worlds, where his loyal and best friends are always waiting for him. They play hide and seek. There are many playgrounds for children. Watch a photo album where they fool around together, cuddle, learn to make flower crowns, and so on. They run errands for other kids or funny creatures, fight with animals and plants, and get into unusual locations. They can even climb a ladder into space where they fight one planet and save another from space pirates and become so friendly with it that it becomes their personal teleporter for fast travel. Omori is very big thing. The prologue alone here takes 5-6 hours and is packed with events which would be enough for a full game, and not everything happens in throughout worlds. He has to go out of the periodically and find himself in the real world, where his name is Sonny. His mother is almost always at work and he is almost always alone in the big house. Sonny has to move to another town soon, but before he does, his mother asks him to meet some old friends. These are the same boys and girls we see in the fictional world. But here they are real and not all as friendly. Here too we explore location, run errands and fights, only not with animals and planets but with children and even friends. Yes, it may seem that Omori is strictly a game about fantasy, adventure and children's friendship. The message is obvious. They say we have to be together, we can't be selfish and so on. But in fact it's much more serious, grown up and scary that leading around dance to call off guys let's live together. It quickly becomes clear that the main character is tormented by nightmares, that he's always afraid of something, no spiders, no stairs, he is haunted by a fighting ghost or a demon. And many of the key moments of the plot, access to important new location are associated with overcoming these fears. I thought sometimes the only way out is suicide. Yes, you have to choose a knife in your inventory with which Omori will commit harakiri. But the game is not about depression for depression's sake, nor about promoting suicide, but about acceptable and overcoming. Our hero has suffered a personal tragedy, withdrawn into himself, and, as it turned out, for a very long time did not leave home or see his friends. What happened? Why are he and a boy named Basil haunted by nightmares? How are they related to each other? And what happened to his sister Sonny? Why did his friend from yesterday become illiterate and lash out of the boys with hers first? The story is intriguing, tense and often scary, getting really creepy, and players are already discussing different versions of what happens here. Philosophically, the protagonist has to fight his fears and inner demons, his selfness and the consequences of his actions. But you can also get quite light, positive emotion from all this depends on the ending you earn. Besides tears and very touching situation, there is a humor and funny references and purely geeky mandatory for such project think like old school minigames. In fact, as in the case of Undertale and Underbound, we are faced with not quite traditional semi-ironic Japanese RPG, where you can fight not only with planets, but also with tape recorders, for example. Fulfill quests, explore location, collect or buy consumables, upgrade automatically learn new skills, participate in turn-based puzzles. Again, the background of the story gameplay looks if not super flawless, then at least auxiliary. It means to help the story to tie this set adventure together. At the same time, in the fights there is a unique system of emotions. Characters, both own and enemies, right in battle become sad, happy, angry, afraid. It works on the principle of the game rock, paper, scissors. The happy ones are stronger than the ambient ones. These are stronger than the sad ones, and the sad ones are stronger than one happy. The frightened ones are deprived of the ability to apply skills. Accordingly, you should use skills that hack one of the emotion on fighter or on country, remove it. If the enemy, for example, is angry, you can make some of your charge happy and they will deal more damage to the evil one. It's not always the case, so many battles are won without the emotion exercise, but in key bosses battles, the mechanic will help you cope with difficulties. The authors warn, this game contains suspicions of depressions, anxiety and suicide and may not suitable for all viewers. Omori tells a really emotional, challenging story, but also a very intense, intriguing, elegant, touching and able to evoke different feelings. And the abundance of quests, unusual words and location, humor, interesting characters and situation makes the game a really exciting and diverse adventure rather than a cheerful emo tale. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.